Hello again. This time I'm in Exeter, in the west of England, at the University of Exeter, a real engine room on climate change, biodiversity and nature. 1,500 people here working on that. But this is the big tipping point conference, built around all the work that they've been doing here for many years. The new tipping points, and it's summarized in a new book. Here it is, by Tim Lenton, Positive Tipping Points. Positive tipping points. Notice the use of the word positive. Tim Lenton, Chair in Climate Change and Earth Systems Science. And the reason I'm here is for these 3 days is to make sure I can understand the enormity of what is happening. Time is being lost, we know that. But what is emerging is the positiveness. And Johan Rockström from the Potsdam Institute for Climate made very clear yesterday that remember, and he said it many times before, but remember with the ozone hole, 30 years ago, that was seen as irretrievable. But now actually the ozone hole has been closed by significant work being done over many years. In other words, there are positives and tipping points can be achieved. And that's the theme of this conference, trying to expose where the positives can come from. There's new stability potentially, but it's about communicating that there are positives to be confronted and engaged in. And there are plenty, there are 1,000 people here trying to engage and also give their ideas of how tipping points can be achieved. Tipping points suggest that we're crossing in an irreversible way into areas where there's simply no hope of any kind of return to some kind of stability. But I would put to you that there's a mood here which is one of this is achievable. And certainly Tim in his new book on positive tipping points lists an enormous number of ideas of how things can be done, often by very modest means, in order to achieve an enormous amount. So that's where I am at Exeter University at the Tipping Points Conference, and I'll keep you updated with the kind of spirit of what is emerging literally in the few days after the London Climate Action Week, which with 700 events last week in London, was an extraordinary gathering of ideas, of people, and a degree as well of positivity. Sorry I couldn't talk to you very much. I lost my voice for 5 days, but it's back, as you can hear, here in Exeter.